Imagine a boxer who survived dozens of the most brutal fights in the ring, yet didn't die from an opponent's punches. He was found dead in a hotel room under mysterious circumstances. This is the story of Arturo Gatti, one of the most exciting and thrilling boxers in history. Arturo was born in Italy, but when he was only a few years old, his family moved to Canada in search of a better life. It was there that he first stepped into a boxing gym. At that time, no one could have imagined that this boy would become one of the most beloved boxers in the world. Unlike many future champions, Gatti did not stand out for incredible speed or flawless technique. His main weapon was something else, an unbreakable spirit. He refused to give up, even when most boxers would have already stopped the fight. His trainers quickly realized Arturo could not be intimidated. The tougher the fight became, the stronger his desire to win grew. It seemed that every punch he took only made him more determined. This trait is what made him special. Fans didn't just come to watch another boxing match. They knew that if Arturo Gatti stepped into the ring, they were about to witness a real battle, one in which he would fight to the very end. In 1991, Arturo began his professional career. From his very first fights, it became clear that the audience was not watching just a promising boxer, but a true warrior. He did not avoid strong opponents and never stepped into the ring just to win on points. His style was risky, aggressive, and highly entertaining. With each passing year, his popularity continued to grow. In 1995, Gatti became the IBF world champion in the super featherweight division. But titles were not the main reason fans adored him. His fights felt like real movies. Arturo could take a series of heavy punches, find himself on the brink of defeat, and then, within seconds, completely turn the fight around. He left absolutely everything in the ring. And that is why every one of his appearances drew enormous attention. Later, he moved up to a higher weight class, where even more dangerous opponents awaited him. It was there that the fights took place that would forever etch his name into boxing history. In 2002, Arturo faced a boxer whose style perfectly matched his own, Mickey Ward. What was supposed to be an ordinary fight turned into one of the greatest trilogies in boxing history. The first bout was so brutal that spectators could hardly believe what they were seeing. Both fighters absorbed heavy punches but refused to back down. The ninth round in particular became unforgettable. Many experts still call it one of the greatest rounds in professional boxing history. Gatti lost the first fight by decision, but instead of seeking easier opponents, he agreed to a rematch. In the second fight, Arturo came out victorious. A few months later, a third bout took place, which he also won. After the trilogy with Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti's name was already known far beyond the boxing world. His fights filled entire arenas, and tickets sold out within days. People didn't just come to watch a win or a loss, they knew Gatti would deliver an unforgettable show. In 2004, he became a world champion in another weight class, winning the WBC super lightweight title. For many, this proved that Arturo was not just an entertaining fighter, but a true champion capable of reaching the top even against stronger opponents. But his style came at a cost. Almost every fight left new scars on his face, and his body endured increasing strain. Despite this, he kept returning to the ring again and again. It seemed that for him, boxing was not just a profession, it was his life. It was this fearlessness that earned him the nickname Thunder. Arturo never backed down, even when his chances of winning grew slimmer and slimmer. And that is exactly what made him one of the most beloved boxers of his generation. But Arturo Gatti's journey was not a simple fairy tale of success. After many years of brutal fights, he began to face new challenges. Younger fighters were becoming faster and stronger, and each new bout demanded even more from him. In 2005, he faced Floyd Mayweather, one of the most talented boxers of his generation. It was a completely different kind of opponent, not a fighter who engaged in open warfare, but a master of defense, speed, and precision. Gatti lost that fight, but even in defeat, he remained the same boxer respected by fans. He did not make excuses and never avoided the best. For him, every fight was a chance to prove that he could still stand alongside the strongest. After that, Arturo continued to compete. He was no longer the young man who had just begun his career, but his heart remained the same. He still stepped into the ring, ready to risk everything for victory. But outside the ring, life was becoming more difficult. While the world saw an unbreakable warrior, inside he was gradually facing problems that only those closest to him knew about. Outside the boxing gym, Arturo was a completely different person. In the ring, he was known as a fearless warrior who could withstand any punch. But in his personal life, he had his own struggles. After many years in boxing, he began to feel the consequences of the career he had built on constant battles. His body no longer recovered as quickly as before, and the pressure of fame and constant expectations also took their toll. In 2007, Arturo fought his final professional bout. He retired with an impressive record of victories and left behind a reputation as one of the bravest boxers of his generation. It seemed that a new chapter of life awaited him, without training, without post-fight pain, and without constant danger. He moved, started a family, and tried to find himself outside the world of boxing. But 2 years after his retirement, something happened that would forever change the story of Arturo Gatti. In July 2009, while on vacation in Brazil with his wife and young son, he was found dead in a hotel room. And from that moment on, the story of the great boxer turned into a mystery that still sparks debate to this day. At the time of Arturo Gatti's death, he was only 37 years old. A man who had spent years stepping into the ring against the most dangerous opponents did not die in a fight, but under circumstances that immediately raised many questions. At first, Brazilian police treated the case as a possible homicide. Suspicion fell on his wife, Amanda Rodriguez, who was with him during the vacation. She was arrested but later released due to insufficient evidence. The initial reports of Gatti's death shocked the entire boxing world. Friends and fans could not believe that a man with such a character could simply be gone overnight. Later, the official version of events changed. Arturo's death was ruled a suicide. But this explanation left many people unconvinced. Some of the boxer's close friends and supporters continued to raise questions. Was everything really as the investigation claimed? Why were there so many contradictions surrounding the final hours of his life? And although years have passed, Arturo Gatti's name is still mentioned not only for his victories, he is remembered as a man who never gave up, not in the ring, and not in life's struggles. He was a boxer who won not only with punches, he won people's hearts with his character. But his final fight was the one he could no longer get back up from. Despite all the controversy surrounding his death, Arturo Gatti's legacy remains unchanged. He was not a boxer with perfect technique. He was not always the strongest or the fastest in the ring. But he had something that cannot be taught in any gym: the heart of a true warrior. His fights were watched by millions of people because each of them shared one simple truth: he never gave up. Even when his opponent was stronger, even when he was taking heavy punches, Arturo kept moving forward. That is why many fans consider him one of the most beloved boxers of all time. Not because of the number of titles or statistics, but because of the emotions he left behind. His story is not only one of victories and defeats, it is the story of a man who fought his entire life. And perhaps that is why, many years after his death, people are still talking about Arturo Gatti. Because true legends are not remembered in numbers, they are remembered in people's hearts. Arturo Gatti left behind a story that is impossible to forget. He was not just a boxer, he was a symbol of character, of struggle, and of never giving up. Subscribe if you want more stories about legendary athletes remembered all over the world. And now, we'd love to hear your opinion. Do you think Arturo Gatti, at his absolute peak, could compete with today's world champions? Could he defeat fighters like Oleksandr Usyk? Share your thoughts in the comments.